So before we continue on with this video, I just want to make a huge warning slash disclaimer. If I mispronounce any of anyone's names in this article, please forgive me and let's move on. So, Barbie has officially hit $1 billion at the box office, and I just cannot believe that this movie has a Barbie movie has so many themes and analysis that I will be sharing with you guys. And at the end of this video, please let me know what you thought about what I'm going to be discussing with you guys. So yeah, and then Barbie was released simultaneously with Oppenheimer, which led to the viral Barbenheimer social media phenomenon that blew up all over the internet. And yeah, this movie for me, not all, but I saw this movie with my friends, and a majority of us loved it. I loved it. I understood um, the meanings and what this what the message of this movie was trying to get across. So let's get into it. All right, enough talking. So Barbie has been characterized as exploring themes of existentialism. Lucy Ford of GQ wrote that the film ruminates of the very idea of what makes us human, the idea of the other, whether there's truly such a thing as autonomy, or if we're all simply pawns to be picked up and disposed of when we are no longer useful. Ford observed that in the film, Barbie and Ken go on opposite but equal journeys of self-discovery after venturing out into the real world and learning that it is an oppressive patriarchal society as opposed to the matriarchal utopia that is Barbie Land, and get caught in the crosshairs of being both sentient and someone else's idea, battling with free will and the omnipresent, predetermined rules about where to go and how to act. Meanwhile, in Vogue India, Vara Sarvastiava, please, like I said, please forgive me if I mispronounced her name, applied Barovian concepts of existentialism and individualism to Barbie, arguing that individualism makes you question social norms and expectations. Even for Barbie, this has been brewing for a while. She has tried to be inclusive and representative. She has tried, to acknowledge the feminist critique, and now has jobs like being the president, a scientist, a doctor, but the burden of being a role model in a world that is questioning morality and embracing multiplicity is a lot. Existentialism thrives in that gap between what is and what ought to be. Clark University professor of philosophy, Reeb Deemling, compared a scene in the film in which Barbie has to make a choice between going back to her perfect life in the Barbie land or learning the truth about her existence in the real world to the experience machine, a thought experiment by American philosopher Robert Nozick. Deemling also observed that gender in Barbie land is performative, noting how the Kens behave before and after a patriarchy was established. Alyssa Wilkinson, moving on, Vox compared Barbie Land to the biblical Garden of Eden, in which Barbie and Ken are inverted parallels to Adam and Eve. She saw Barbie and Ken's first impression that they're suddenly self-conscious and aware of being looked at in the real world as the film's version of the fall. Chinese film critic Li Jingfi compared Barbie's sudden awareness of death to the moment when Gautama left the palace of his birth and first learned of suffering and death, which eventually led into his enlightenment. So, for me, taking a step back and really digesting what I just read from this article, I didn't get the whole I didn't really think about it, the whole Garden of Eden, or Satna Gutma, or any of that. But the one I did understand, I definitely caught it when I watched it for the first time with my friends, was what Lucy Ford wrote in her GQ article, about Barbie and Ken going to opposite but equal journeys of self-discovering and venturing out into the real world. Barbie's over here, meanwhile Ken is all the way over there, and they're all meeting, um, people in the real world, and getting their perspective and learning so much. I did, and seeing and how what they saw and what they've been through affects their personality and their behavior and all of that. And all of that when they go back to Barbie Land, and you know Barbie, Ken turning Barbie into his own little dojo. But yeah, and dojo or doja. Anyway, yeah. So I did get that. So for me to you, I want to know what you thought about any of this. Any, what, I want you to tell me what you thought about this, and just let me know about that in the comment section below. Were there any other themes that any other parts of existentialism and individualism, or anything else that you picked up when you watched this film? Let me know what you thought about it in the comment section below, guys. Thank you so much for taking the time and listening to me in this video. I am so glad to be finally back on YouTube. It feels good. It feels great. And yeah, just let me know about that, all of that, and I'll see you guys in my next video.